Good morning, everybody. My name is Louise Golding from Clarity Crafts here in the UK. Welcome to Groovi Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm just going to have a little ramble for a little while until everybody joins us. So yeah, it's been a fun week. We had our second module last Wednesday of the colouring course, so that was fun. Used a little trick with the Perga colours and a white pencil, so I think everybody had a really good time with that. It was really lovely to see because everybody's lovely cards were being put on Facebook and the Circle platform, so it was really nice to see everybody's lovely artwork come through. I usually comment going, oh, that's beautiful, that's gorgeous, I love it, because they're just all so lovely. So yeah, so it's a nice sunny-ish day today, which is nice. It's been a really lovely summer, so it's been really nice. It's been really nice to just have that nice summer because we didn't have that last year. So it's really lovely to have some warm days this year. But it was really windy yesterday. It was a bit blustery out there this morning, a little bit. But yeah, yesterday we could hear the tiles coming like up and down on the roof yesterday when I was outside doing stuff on the computer. I thought like we're going to end up in Oz soon. So good morning, everybody. Everybody's coming in now, so that's really nice. Nice to see everybody, all the lovely names of our lovely friends. So yeah, good morning. So today is our last day to carry on with Linda's lovely Floral Numbers birthday card. So this has been really gorgeous, and it's been really fun to kind of just break everything down and just go through all of the little elements that is to do on this lovely card. So we really did think that this warranted longer than a demo on our Clarity TV shows, which is why we're doing it on Groovi Tuesday. I managed to finish next week's project for the Groovi Tuesday. So in a minute, I think before we tackle this project, because I might get carried away with picot cutting and everything, and we might not have enough time at the end. So I was going to show everybody, once everybody's come into the room, next week's project. And also I have put a list up of ingredients that you'll need for the next week's show if you're going to follow along with me. But we have a really lovely border that I've put on the project. It may look a bit complicated to begin with, but we're going to break it all down and really just break up all the elements. And what you'll find is actually it's quite easy once you break everything down. So we're going to take it nice and easy with the border, but we'll do it in stages. Then that way you can break everything down and we can go through it nice and gentle. So yeah, it's been up and down day the last couple of days. It's been a bit windy, stormy, sunny. We've had everything in the last week. We've had some torrential rain, some wind and stuff. So yeah, it's been really nice. So yeah, if I show you just what we're going to be doing today quickly, while everybody comes into the room. So yes, this is Linda's lovely project. So we've gone through everything. We've lined up the 9 and the 3, put some extra flowers in the corners to kind of elongate it. We've put some nice little decorative details in the corner, and then we've used a semi-square. We haven't cut anything out on this side, but on this side, we've used a semi-square again, or Linda has, and then this is all picot cut out around the flowers. So this underneath here is, you can either use pink parchment or pink companion paper. There's some really lovely colours in the companion papers, and then that is then put onto a companion paper if you wanted to use parchment, if for example you wanted to put any other bits and pieces underneath. But yeah, it's nothing stopping from just using a companion paper. I've got a lilac-y colour here, which is nice. So you could use a lilac to bring out a little bit of, so you can see the difference. But yeah, so we got the pink parchment that we got underneath. So yeah, nice and easy. Right, so yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. So we have had the ingredients. So if you still wanted to go back onto all of the episodes that we've had so far, these are all of the ingredients that you'll need for this card. So if you wanted to take a screenshot of that, if you wanted to follow along and go back over the episodes, you can. That's the great thing about Clarity TV, is there's so many on YouTube now. So many Clarity TV shows that you can go back. You've got the Shack, Groovi Tuesday, and all of the shows, and also on the Clarity TV button on the website as well. So you've really got, you can go back and, for example, if you wanted to go back and watch yesterday's show, I really enjoyed Barbara's yesterday's show with that lovely book at the beginning by Catherine. That was really, really beautiful. And then those lovely Native American dolls, they were so lovely. I looked at those and thought, oh, well, I'm going to follow along with Barbara's Shack with those because they're really, really cute. So yeah, so that's what we're going to tackle today. We're going to finish that off. Use the semi-square around the sides, picot cut inside, and then all that you would do then is we'll break down at the end with all of the bits and pieces that you've got underneath, and then Linda uses, so this is a good way to attach your parchment. So if you, I mean, the brads are really, really lovely. I always use the brads, but if you wanted to, if you've got some delicate bits and pieces in here, and for example, this bit here is cut out, so this would be a bit flimsy over there because you wouldn't really be able to use a brad to stick that down unless you were going to have a border around the outside. So that is a good way to, for example, let me bring in the one that we've been dealing with. Actually, let me bring in Linda's because Linda's already put the tape on it. So this is the Sticks red liner tape. So all you would do, you would just leave a border around the outside, then you would just line it up like so. There's your beautiful card, and then that's underneath there. And so once that's stuck on there, then all you've got to do, because this bit's hidden here, is use your tape runner on the parchment and then stick that, for example, I mean, you've got your parchment as well. So say you've got your parchment, you've got your pink parchment on your companion paper. That one's already stuck down, pretend. And then you would just put your tape on here, make sure it's all lined up, and then stick it down. And then that way, but also, if you also wanted to build up, so have that 3D effect, Linda's used, or she does use, I don't think she has on this, but what's really, really lovely is like little foam pads as well. I've seen a few cards of Linda's. She kind of gives it a 3D effect by putting like 3D foam pads behind the white border. So yeah, that's how it's attached. So that's good. So if you've got some delicate areas, but you can put a border of white, and it does make it look really, really pretty and professional, I think. And it's sturdy. So yeah, so that's how at the end, if we don't cover it, that is how you would attach it. So you have your, so say we have our finished, let me move those bits out the end. Say we have our finished piece, pretend it's finished. Then we can put our red liner tape here. Then we put our parchment behind. So this bit's all cut out, pretend. Then we're going to put our rub on pink parchment, or your companion paper if you wanted to. You don't have to put it on parchment. Then once you've so So you could also put your tape runner, because these are the same size. You would also put your tape runner between these to stick these down, because it doesn't matter if you put tape runner on those. And then you've got your special little border. I just think that looks so lovely. It's really a clever way of disguising, because, you know, back years ago, you used to sometimes, if you didn't want brads or anything, you'd stitch your parchment to your card, which absolutely looks beautiful, but I'm not very good with a needle. I can never thread it, and I always seem to stab myself. So yeah, needles aren't for everyone, and I'm not a sewer or an embroiderer. So yeah, this kind of works for me, because this all brads. I think it looks really lovely, but the stitching looks really, really lovely, especially with the metallic gold threads, or the threads that we have downstairs. So that really works too, if you can hold a needle. So yeah, so that's what we're going to tackle today. So we have a few more people in the room, which is good. So I'm going to, here is the ingredient. Oh, hello, it's gone blurry. Here is the ingredients list for next week's Groovi Tuesday project, starting here. So I don't know if you want to, if you're going to follow along, then take a screenshot of this, magnify it and take a screenshot. And these are all of the ingredients. So we're actually going to be using the butterfly tool and a semicircle tool in this project. So if you haven't got those ones, I recommend, because I've really, really enjoyed this card. Let me bring this in. So if everybody's taken a screenshot of that, I'll move that to the side. So this is the project that we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. So it might take us quite a few weeks, because we've got a lot to get through. So this is using Linda's, I've actually got them over here, because the 2 p.m. show is we're going to be showing these cards this afternoon. So we're going to be using this plate here, so the Primula, which is 42516. And then I use the border of this, because I like this border, which is 42518. So those are the two that I'm going to be using in this. However, you could use you know, any of the flowers really, which is really, really nice. So yes, so we're using, this is let me bring it in a little bit. Oh, there we go. So I've used the pergoliners on the back. We're going to include a little bit of shading, as you can see, behind. So also a good way of creating strong colours and building shading is, like, for example, here on this blue flower, there's a little bit of colour on the edge and on the inside on the front. So that really makes them look quite shaded. So yeah, so this is going to be the butterfly tool, and this is the semicircle tool as well. So we're going to break this down, and I've also included a cute little, I've used the little, where has it gone? This little bit on the primulas. I've used that for the little tag on the corner. So it's a nice little thing to little attach. I like little fiddly things. So yeah, so you could use this. If you've got other plates, you don't have to copy exactly what I'm doing. If you wanted to just copy the border and everything, but these plates are really, really gorgeous. And I really, when I first saw the primula in the flower pot, I was like, oh, I love that. It's quite cute, and this little here is really, really lovely too. I have used the border as well in the little bits and pieces here. I've just poked a few out. of the corners. So, and added a few little dots here and there. Used a little straight grid, and the butterfly tools around this little circle as well. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be tackling starting next week. So should be fun. Got lots of so that is just literally that circle there is just, I've used this again, but instead of doing the scallop, I've used little butterfly tool around there and just added one of the flowers from the primulas, and then put on a rub-on in the middle. So yes, that is what we are going to tackle starting next week. So let me put that to one side now, and we will continue with today's one. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Now, where's that thing? Right, got him. Everyone wants to see a black groovy plate. That. Wonderful. So, where are we? Let me find. I've tidied them all up now. Here we go. That's my one. Okay. So, going back to this. Right. So we've kind of tackled this bit, so we know what we're doing on this bit. So what I thought I'd do is just today, just do a little bit of picot cutting, just a chill little bit of picot cutting, and then of course once I've picot cut that part, not picot cut, once I've perforated that part, then we can come in with our semi-square. Yeah, so let's tackle. Let's do it. Right, so I've got my 2 needle bold, got my picot foam. Oh, like that. Come here, little monkey. There we go. So we're just gonna start from the bottom here and work my way up. There we go. So how was everybody's weekend? Now I've had my little spoken about this week's project, next week's project. So I hope everybody is has had a good weekend. Let me just move that one. Okay, so get my eye in. I don't know whether maybe number 3 would be better. There we go. There we are. So yeah, so I'm just gonna I'm using a 2 needle bold as well, by the way. 2 needle fine is good for a few things, but if I don't have a magnifying glass, I can't see the holes. And my 2 needle fine I use probably more at home where I've got my magnifying glass. Always useful. Yeah, I really enjoyed yesterday's shack. I was watching it last night. I think some of my favourite films growing up, I loved learning about Native Americans, and I loved learning about other cultures. You know, I found the Indian culture and the Japanese culture, I find them all fascinating. But yeah, I've always, it's one of my, when I was a little girl, it was actually, Pocahontas was one of my favourite Disney films. I think I was more of, growing up in the 90s, I was more of a Disney warrior princess kind of, rather than Disney princess. It was more of Disney warriors, really, that I found fascinating. So like Mulan and Pocahontas, that sort of films I enjoyed. But Yeah, I love learning about anything to do with the Native Americans. So yesterday's show was really interesting. Really enjoyed it. It was, yeah. Catherine's book at the beginning, it was absolutely gorgeous. So much thought and hard work has gone into making it as well, which makes it even more special, I think. Like, I think receiving, I've always said it because I had a few crafty friends. I think the gift of time in this day and age, the gift of time, of crafting time, is so precious. So like, if I've received something from a family member, even when I was a little girl, we had a few lovely arty bits given to me when I was little. And I think it's so special because you think the amount of hours or thought, you know, they thought of you while making the gift. I think it's so special to receive something with somebody's, you know, thoughts and time has gone into something. It does really make it so special. It really does. And that book yesterday was amazing. That's the same with picot cutting. I'm always I kind of get lost a little bit in it. Perforating rather. You kind of get completely zoned in. Yeah, I agree, Lynn. There was some really lovely poems and phrases in that book. I think gives me some ideas as well, because I like to do art journaling. It's a way of kind of, because I absolutely love my Groovi, but sometimes you just want to splash some paint around. So yeah, I love my art journaling, and I love putting special poems or things that mean something. I've heard them and they mean something to me, so I like to put things that that speak to me in my art journal. Serenity prayer is always something very, very, very good. Yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah. Time is irreplaceable and precious. That's why I think it's one of the greatest presents you can give somebody is a crafting project. You know, you think the amount of time that goes into all of our arts and crafts that you do, whether you do stamping or using the gel press or Groovi, you know, and then we gift somebody, you know, our time, which is something that none of us are going to get back. And just so important. Yes. Yeah, Jane's on a mission today. She's got some important stuff to do. But yeah, I bet you do. You want to splash some ink and paint around. No. I hope my big fingers weren't in the way then. It's amazing once you get into the zone how quickly you can perforate around an object. My kittens are doing really well at the moment. They're getting very, very big now. They've had a growth spurt, quite a few actually. But yeah, the black and white one, who's called Luna, she's the one who's a bit soppy and a little bit in your face, whereas Shadow is a little bit more reserved. We've changed because she was called Storm, but she wasn't really coming to Storm. So I think my mum called her Shadow once, and she pricked her ears up, so she's now called Shadow. Because she was saying, oh, and she follows my brother around like a shadow, so seems quite a fitting name, to be fair. And Luna's so fitting for Luna because she's a Looney Tunes. She's a little cartoon cat. She's so funny. But yeah, they're both beautiful. I love them so much. There's something lovely about having animals in the house. And no matter whether it's a cat or a dog or anything, but for me, it was like I was laying on the bed the other day and Luna came up and snuggled next to me and you could hear her purring, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I've missed that. Because I've had cats ever since I was a little girl. And just it always, when I was feeling anxious at school and I'd come home, because I was quite an anxious kid, I was quite shy and reserved and everything. So yeah, it was a hard time. So having cats purring was always so soothing to me when I was younger. I had this wonderful cat when I was a little girl called Jessie, and she was just like, she was like my best friend growing up. She was like, as soon as I got home through the door, she'd literally be following me around until I sat down, then she'd be on my lap. She was I was so upset when she passed, but she was such a beautiful cat, so lovely. Literally, she was completely like a shadow. So funny. So I was just going over going back a little bit to make the perforation holes a little bit larger. Now I've gone over them. There we go. So we've done that little bit. So now I can tackle the semi-square. Where's that gone? That's that. So we watched on TV the other day. There was where are we going now? I'm going to move this around this way because it's easier for me to work towards me. I usually perforate towards me. Here we watched this show about, because there's an upcoming Downton Abbey film, isn't there? We were watching the I pricked myself with the tool. Yeah, we were watching there was like a little chat with some of the actors, and they were talking about the show and everything. So yeah, everybody's because there's the lot. I think they're only doing one more film now. So me and Mum have taken to literally the weekend we started the what did we start? We started watching Downton Abbey again, which is good because I know I wash my fingers. Yeah. Yeah, we've literally just finished series 1 because there was only there's only 6 or 8 episodes in series 1. So we got finished. We did that last night and finished the last few episodes. We watched a film last night. What was it called? Oh yeah, it was called Nobody. It was the second one because there is a first one. And this man literally goes on, he's kind of like a trained killer, like an assassin, but he just looks like an everyday American dad. So not your typical kind of, Jason Statham movie, but just like an American dad who's just like, he wants to go on vacation with his children and his wife. And I think they're in this arcade. I won't tell you, just in case you want to watch it, but it's really good. I enjoyed it. But basically, this man in the arcade, he slaps his daughter's head. So obviously, as a parent, you're not going to take that lying down. So yeah, it all goes snowballs from there. But it's a good film. I mean, it's a kind of like an action movie. So if you're not keen on action movies, you might not like it. But oh, did you? Oh, yeah. I really want to see that. Downton Abbey, the film. I didn't realise it was just literally out. So I might go and watch that. But yeah, I do really always enjoyed watching that. Always been fascinated with it's like when I was younger, not the typical kid, obviously, but I used to watch Upstairs, Downstairs. I used to love that. Yeah, Upstairs, Downstairs was really, really good. Oh, Catherine, do you mean what the film called that I'm talking about? It's called Nobody 2. But it looked really, really good. Okay, so there's not enough space in here for 2, so I'm just going to do 1 semi-square tool. Oh, let me just go back onto the overhead so you can see what I've just done. We get in close. There we go. Just 1 on its own. And then what I would do is I'd use a 2 needle tool just to merge those 2. Then I'm just going to carry on down here. So let me go back onto number 3 because I think it's easier this way. There we go. We'll get there in a minute. And bring it back in the Groovi card because it makes life easier with the tool. The gel press course at the moment has been really, really popular. I think you're really, really going to love it. It looks really, really good. I've used paint and I've used ink and I've used watercolor, distress oxide sprays and everything like that on a gel press. But I've never used alcohol ink. Always been a bit nervous about using alcohol ink. So I really think, I do really think I should be, what should I think I'll be doing? I think I should be getting the course. I think I should. I'm talking myself into it. I really do think I should. There we go. So, where are we now? We are somewhere. Let me just put the lid on that tool before I stab myself again. Oh dear. Just going to have a sip of tea. Hopefully you can't hear me gulp. Oh no, I haven't watched Passage to India. It's on BBC Two with Rob Rinder and Ryland Clark. I haven't, but I bet that's really funny. Yeah, I bet that is hilarious with Ryland Clark and Rob Rinder. Okay, so here we are at the moment. Let me go back on to, oh, hello, that's a bit close. Up close and personal there. Yeah, part of me thinking, oh, I should have gone to the retreat and done the 2 days at the retreat. That would have been awesome. Doing alcohol ink on gel press. I have my eye set on 3 colours. They're kind of similar to the colours I like using. I can't remember the colours though, but they were really nice. I bought myself an 8x10 gel press as well with the mount last week. So, because my last one, when I moved, it got damaged or it got lost with some of my craft stuff. So yeah, so I needed a new one. So I got one. Just because I can. Okay, so I'm going to come back in with, oh no, I'll do a little bit of embossing on these bits again. Or should I do some picot cutting? I haven't decided. We've done the embossing last week, haven't we? So that's only just going to be the same there. I'm not going to have enough time to cut it all out and emboss it and do everything, but you kind of know the general thing of what we're doing. So Linda's here. It's been picot cut, not picot cut. Keep on saying picot cut. Perforated around here, and she stopped here. So yeah, let's do some embossing dots because where has it gone now? Let me take the picot foam away now. Move this. I'm going to move this onto the. Yeah, I think those are the 3 colours that I liked. There are some really, really nice colours. Yes. How did you know, Jane? It's Nature Walk is the one I wanted because it's got pink and blue in, but it's got yellow, which is, they actually work really, really well together. But there are some really nice colours as well. Oh, sorry, I was just sifting through the colours. They're just down on the floor. But yeah, so they were. I've got my eye set on some colours, so I think that should be fun. Right, so where was I? Oh yeah. So I'll just do a few embossed dots again, like we were doing last week, and then I'm going to reperforate. I've reperforated a little bit of it, but I'm going to finish reperforating, and let's just do a little bit of picot cutting to finish. So like last week, we were kind of. Oh, shall I come in a bit closer? There we go. So you're starting off with the oh yeah, then one little dot in there. It's a nice little decorative design, this is. Really nice. You can spend a bit more time doing it than I am. I'm doing it fairly quickly. So what I was thinking is if I do this little bit and then I picot cut this little bit and then we'll do a little section. Because we got some time. Oh yeah, brown, orange and light green. Brown and blue look nice together, like a turquoisey petrol blue. They're quite nice as well. There's also a really nice, yeah, actually. Oh no, that's not the one I was talking about. Oh, who's got the same colour? Oh, hello. What am I doing? Oh, Jackie, you got the same colour nails as me, have you? I thought I'd go autumnal. Do you know what? This is the first time I've had red nails in my life. But I thought I'd do a little bit of a change. Quite like them. I wanted them a bit more burgundy. They look quite cherry red here, but they're a bit darker on this one. Not that anybody really wants to see my nails, but still, like, I'm going to show you. But they look a bit more burgundy. Yeah. But yeah, brown and blue looks nice together. There's also, well, there's just so many nice colours, to be fair, so I can't really keep on going over them. But they've got Cottage Path is nice as well. Farmers Market. I love the names. Rustic what? Can't see it from here. Rustic Lodge. My eyesight's bad. Oh yeah, they do look Christmassy as well, don't they? Autumnal and Christmassy, all in one go. The dreaded C word. But yeah, as soon as September hits, it's like yesterday. I went shopping to Hand Bargains and Lidl, and yesterday they had. I've just done the little dots here. You could take more time than me doing that, but I thought I'd reperforate here, and then we're going to cut this bit out. But yeah, the Christmas stuff has come out. There's Halloween on one section, and then there's Christmas on the other. Mum went straight to the mince pies. As soon as the Christmas stuff comes out, she's straight into the mince pies. And she also likes those Christmas slices as well with the icing on top. But they didn't have any of those, so she wasn't too happy about that. Actually, I'm just going to do the two in the corner. I forgot to do the two in the corner here. Let's just finish this off. Finish as we mean to go along. But yeah, if you're deciding on the alcohol inks that you want for the course, there's some really, really nice ones. So it's a good idea to have a look on the website and see which ones you like. Sometimes I have nail stickers at home as well, so maybe I'll put some nail stickers on. Right, so I'm going to reperforate this area here. So I'm just on the Pico foam. I think I've already reperforated this section. I think it's that section that didn't reperforate. And I think we're not too bad on this section. Won't need to do too much. There we go. So just going to reperforate the semi-square because this section is what we're going to cut out. Even though we're just cutting out the outside part of the semi-square, I'm still reperforating the middle 3 dots as well. Semi-square is such a lovely tool. You can layer the semi-square, keep on layering as many as you can around a piece of artwork, say like a circle. And if you've got 6 layers of this tool, it looks so lacy. Then you can mix in with like the semicircle and other tools as well. So that's probably going to be a future course I'm thinking of. Layered tool work. I think that would be fun. Obviously, I'm already thinking about next year. Got to be prepared. I like being prepared. Okay, so I'm going to perforate. Where's my lid? There it is. You know what I should do? I've got my little tool caddy, and I should actually, if you put your lids upside down while you're using your tool in the slot that it was, I've just thought of that. I should have done that before, so I don't lose them. I've put them in my tool. I mean, I have my sticker tabs on here, but these are really, really useful. I love my tool caddy. But yeah, I've put my lid upside down in the little nozzle, so I don't lose it. Because I mean, this table's only so big, but for some reason I still lose things. Oh, royal blue, nice. I've never had blue nails. Right, I don't need the 1 needle tool though. I need my picot cutters. My perga cutters. I like using the snips. These ones. I just find them so much easier to use. However, the exclusives and the ring locks are really, really nice. So we've got our last module tomorrow of the colouring course, which I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be using the number 2 Pergamano brush and the pergoliners, the B's and the A's together. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. It's good techniques to learn because you can use that same technique, and once you have the technique down after practice and so on and so forth, you can use that with your pens as well, because they're water based, so water soluble, so they can mix with water. Just makes everything, all of your colouring tools, so much more versatile. So I'm doing I love looking at the chat sometimes. So funny. So usually at home I'd be turning my picot foam, but I don't want to keep on turning the artwork on screen. So I'm turning my wrist, which you shouldn't really do. I mean, there's only so much turning you can do with your wrist. Something therapeutic about hearing the snip of your poker cutters or snips. Next time I go to get my nails done, I might go for like another autumnal colour. Maybe like a forest green or something, or like, I don't know, something else. I might re-look over the nail colours to see if there's a better, like, burgundy, like a darker plummy burgundy maybe. I love every season as it comes. Like, I know some of us prefer certain seasons. I mean, last year I wasn't overly keen on having the same weather that we'd had in the summer in the winter, just with shorter days. But I think now I think I'm looking forward to autumn. Not so much the short nights. I'm not keen on the short nights. So what I'm doing with my cutters now is I'm just doing the one side. I find it's easier just to do the one side and then turn it and then do the other side. So you're not keep on turning your parchment. Really enjoyed this project. Really have. It's been nice to follow along with Linda's brilliant instructions. And I love the semi-square as well because it has this really lovely little castle turret sort of shape. Here we go. So if I just cut this little bit away here. Hopefully, oh yeah, well done, it comes out. So, oh hello, you can't even see it. There we go. So I would follow that along all the way around and just keep on going. But that, isn't it so lovely when you where has it gone? Obviously, you cut around this area. Once that's cut out, you would put that onto your lovely pink parchment. Pretend this is cut out. You would then get, oh hello, I nearly fell off the chair then, trying to get the rub-ons. So the lovely thing about the rub-ons is there's 5 different, oh hello, I'm trying to get them out. Come out. Always handy to get the hockey stick as well. Oh hello. So let me just bring these in. Let me go out a little bit. So I've got here what adding anniversary and wedding sentiments, friendship sentiments, Christmas sentiments, birthday sentiments, and where's my all occasions? Right at the back. Naughty. And the all occasions. Oh, can't really see those. Let me bring them in. So these are all really, really handy. Which ones? I'm guessing I'm just use this one because it says it's your birthday. See, the gold's lovely, isn't it? Look at the gold. You see that flash. There you go. Woo. Where is it? Well, there's so many other ones. It's your birthday and time to celebrate. There's it's your birthday. Where is time to celebrate? Oh, it might be the one cut. Oh no, it's not the one cut out. Oh, there it is. Doi. Right in front of me. So yeah, so then you would use your rub-ons and rub them on there. And once that's all cut out, rub it on there so it'll be on the pink parchment underneath. Then you've got your lovely layers starting. So like we did at the beginning. So you would, once you've cut this little bit out here, you would then, obviously, you could put some sticks tape around the outside there, stick that to that, and then obviously you'd pretend that's cut out. You would put your rub-ons on there. Then once that's done, you would then take your red liner tape after a little while of fiddling, and then put that on top of there. And then lastly, you would put that on top of there. But obviously you would cut this down to the same size. Let me bring it in the corner. So you would cut that down to the same size. I think I've got measurements here. I thought Linda put some measurements of what size is the... Hold on. Oh, no. 2 pieces, 19 centimetres by 19 centimetres. So that's the measurements. If you wanted the measurements, and this is cut out with the largest Pico, not Pico, although you could use your Pico square die, that would look very, very nice in there too. Yeah. So let me move those to one side. So that's that project. And then once you've done that and you've stuck it all together, you get that. Isn't that nice? I love that. I think it's beautiful. Lovely. So that concludes lovely Linda's beautiful floral numbers project. I really enjoyed playing with that. That was a lot of fun. And I love that design where you can hide your parchment behind it. And then you can just put you can use your tape, or you can put some foam pads behind there to kind of give it that 3D effect. So that looks really, really lovely as well. So I just got a little bit of time just at the end, just to kind of go over next week's project for anybody that wasn't here at the beginning. So let me bring in on here the list of ingredients that you'll need. So you've got the nested square scallop extension plate is I've only used that as a guideline for the line. So we're not actually going to be doing any line art with it. But that's just like a guide on where to stick the butterfly tool. So obviously I'd need a white pencil, and a ruler, plus ruler. Otherwise you're not going to get a straight line. So yeah, so this is all of the bits that you need. So you need the butterfly tool, if you don't have that already, and the semi-square tool to do the border. Let me just bring in the card here. So this is what we're going to be having fun with next week. So yeah, so this is the butterfly tool around the outside, and the semicircle tool, using a little bit of tool work around this little circle here. I've used this little tag, I've kind of like added that as well. So I've used these 2 plates here, which we're going to have a 2 p.m. show this afternoon. So we've got the Primula, which is 42516, and you've got the tulips, and this was for the border that I've got here, 42518. So these are both very, very nice plates. However, if you wanted to do a different border, the Dahlia plate's really, really nice. That would look really nice around here. If you didn't want the twirly border, that would also look very, very nice here. So you've got choices. That's a good thing about these plates, is they're so versatile and usable. So we're going to use the Pergoliner's colour on the back a little bit. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be tackling next week. So I'm looking forward to that. we can have some fun with that. The little twirly bits as well has come from the border, that lovely little twiddly border, and it just use some of the twirls for the just coming out of the little bouquet. But yeah, so that's what we are tackling. So let me move that to one side. So thank you for a lovely hour. It's been lovely to see everybody's comments in the chat and have a little chat with you all. So at 2 p.m. we've got a show to do the Linda's floral gift plates, and also the really lovely fairy plates as well. We're going to add those into the show and peruse some of the artwork. I think it's so lovely to see all of the gorgeous artwork. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna tackle at 2 p.m. Tomorrow we've got our last module of our colouring course, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so looking forward to tomorrow. That would be good. But I will see you, if you can make it, at 2 p.m. I'll be with Paul. Thank you very much, Jane, for keeping everybody entertained as usual, and also putting some links on the chat. That was really, really good. Thank you. But thank you everybody for a lovely hour, and I will see you at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Take care, everyone. Bye.